A federal judge is threatening to ban all Carnival Corporation cruise ships from entering any U.S. port due to repeated violations across the corporation. We're going to break it down, let you know everything that I've heard and my thoughts and more right after this. What's up, guys? Josh Hokum here. Listen, if you're brand new and you haven't already subscribed, but you like cruise tips, you like cruise news, cruise vlogs, please consider subscribing right down below this video with the notification bell turned on. Well, let's jump right into it. So the news recently broke about this federal judge Patricia Seitz. Basically, she is threatening to not allow any Carnival Corporation cruise ship. That's not just Carnival Cruise Lines. That's all cruise lines under the Carnival Corporation umbrella. So Holland America, Princess, Costa Cruises, just to name a few. There's many more, but all those cruise ships would be banned from entering any U.S. port if she does, in fact, go through with this claim that she's tossing. Now, why is this judge upset? I've got just a couple notes here. So basically, back in 2017, Carnival Corporation was kind of fined for doing, you know, things like dumping gray water, plastics into the ocean, etc., etc. And so they were fined for it. And they came to an agreement with the federal court system that basically it was a 5-year probationary period where they, you know, had to be completely clean. They couldn't fail any inspections when it came to this kind of stuff, that kind of thing. Well, the judges kind of didn't really buy them. The investigators, they didn't buy their story that they were going to stay clean, and so they kept secretly investigating them. And over time, they've continued to violate as recent as the Carnival Conquest in late 2018, and I believe the Carnival Dream in even later 2018. But the Carnival Conquest specifically was found dumping gray water in the Bahamas. So you're not allowed to dump gray water unless you are out at sea, and you have to be so many miles out at sea, but the Bahama Straits are not included in that. So they were found dumping gray water in the Bahama Straits, and then even a worker tried to cover it up, and his supervisor told him to report it anyway. So unfortunate news there. They've also been dumping gray water in the Glacier Bay in Alaska. So, and that's not just, like I said, Carnival Cruise Line. This is all Carnival Corporation cruise ships have been found guilty of this unfortunate event. So this Judge Patricia Seitz, she kind of, you know, saw this, all the stuff that they were still doing, and she was honestly pretty upset. She has, you know, basically said that Carnival's not taking it seriously, that they're just kind of brushing it off. They don't think this show actually do anything. And so I think this is her way of kind of saying, no, I will. So I guess the first initial question that anybody has, you know, is can this judge even do this? I know that was one of my first questions. Of course, after looking at, you know, why was Carnival doing any of this stuff to begin with? You know, can the judge even do this? Can she ban something like Carnival Corporation, which holds, I believe, over 100 ships total in its corporation umbrella? Can we ban something like that big from entering U.S. waters? And quite frankly, the answer is yes. She's a federal judge. If she has evidence to prove and, you know, stories to back it up and proof of her accusations that she's throwing, absolutely she can. However, would it be a good decision in the long run? I don't think so, because when you do that, you're talking about affecting the tourism business severely. I mean, let's think about daily, how many cruise ships come into the port of Miami even. Daily, there's an average, I believe it's 2 or 3 cruise ships a day, and if each cruise ship holds, you know, 1,000 to 2,000 passengers, that's a lot of economic flow coming into Miami. So I believe that Miami would severely suffer. Fort Lauderdale, you know, all of the port areas would severely suffer. That's flights that are not getting booked, hotels that are not getting booked. Then we have to talk about, you know, the shore excursions within the home ports not getting booked. So I think the economy, the tourism economy, would be severely impacted if she did that. So I sincerely hope that it doesn't go through, that Patricia doesn't, you know, find them guilty. But if she does, it is going to be a big shock for the tourism industry. So when is this all going to take place? Is it already happened? No, it has not. There's a hearing in June, and Patricia Seitz, the judge, she has asked that the bigwigs from Carnival Corporation be there. And so I think numbers like Christine Duffy, Mickey Arison, all of those guys are going to be there. Bigwigs, like all of the leaders from the different cruise lines will be there to kind of appear in front of this judge and, you know, hear the hearing that she's going to deliver from them. I know that it leaves a lot of concern and questions of, will my cruise get canceled? Will, what's going to happen? And I think that as the coming weeks go on, we will get, clear information. Now, Carnival has come out and said, hey, no, we love the environment, we're not doing that. But then there's also the inspections that have, have proof and documents and the report logs from the ships that show that, oh yes, gray water was accidentally released on this date. So it will be very interesting to hear and see what comes to light of this, what the final decision is. Do I actually think that the judge is going to ban them? No, I think that she's trying to get her message across that this is a serious issue, this is a serious matter, and it's not to be taken lightly. So yeah, that's basically my take from it. I mean, I think that if Carnival is, violating any kind of environmental standards, even, ones that were set on them as part of this probationary period, they need to follow it, If we're dumping gray water where we shouldn't be dumping gray water, then let's not do that, If we're throwing plastics in, we need to have our guys sort through the plastic even more. And I don't think it's more, they're not intentionally trying to destroy the oceans. It's more so the fact of just being careless and not doing a proper job where it needs to be done. So I think that, wherever needs to be taken a closer look at, we need to do that so that Carnival Corporation does not get banned from U.S. waters. I think that in the long run, when we're talking billions of dollars in revenue, I believe even a week. So we need to make sure that we do whatever we can to get this straight. So that's my 2 thoughts on it, guys. I'd love to hear what you think down in the comments. Does this scare you any? Have you already maybe canceled your Carnival cruise? Are you thinking about canceling? Does this deter you away from Carnival Corporation? I mean, we're not just talking about Carnival Cruise Lines, but like I said, also Princess and Holland America, Costa. There's a lot of different brands in there, Seabourn. So, let me know down in the comments, does this kind of deter you away from them, or, are you still just like, let's get their act together and let's let bygones be bygones. So, I'd love to hear from you down in the comments. Listen, if you're new here, like I said at the beginning, and if you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing right below this video. We've got cruise vlogs, cruise news, cruise reviews, tips, and more for you every single week. Until next time, it's been real, it's been fun, it's been real fun. We'll see you real soon on the high seas.